How do you disconnect from the work week? Enough to feel real rest, enough to recharge your spirit so that you are ready for the 40 plus hours and the days ahead. So you know that feeling that you get on a Sunday afternoon just when things have started to slow down a little bit and when things have started to settle, and then all of a sudden you experience that abrupt change from being in this state of relaxation to instantly remembering that you're just hours away from being back into the grind again. I think that's what they call the Sunday blues. You know, for me, that contrast is even physically tangible, especially when we're coming out of Mass. It's like you leave the church, and then once you cross the parking lot and get back into your car, it might as well be Monday again. And that's just one way to describe that experience and feeling of incongruence. You know, there's just this unnatural snap of a transition. It's like you blink a few times and then all of a sudden it's back to scanning your badge to get into the building or logging online to join the latest meeting and picking right back up where you left off moments ago just on that Friday afternoon. Now, don't get me wrong, I am immeasurably grateful for the career that I have and I have been blessed with. I pray that the Lord knows my heart, that I am forever indebted to Him for this career because it's allowed me to take care of my family, it's allowed me to take care of others. And, I just want to make that very, very clear. I remember praying to be where we are today. And I prayed with so much sincerity and clarity for God to lead us down into this field that I loved. So I don't think it's unhappiness. For sure, it's a little bit of anxiety. But most of all, lately I've been kind of ruminating on a few questions, which are how much of yourself do you give to your job and how much do you preserve for your lifelong assignment, if you will, and then how do you go about finding that work-soul balance? I recently realized that work and your 9-to-5 day job is something that you do, but your calling is something that you pursue and continually discover over the course of your life. So one provides income and the other has everything to do with who you're supposed to be and who you're supposed to become during this journey. And confusing the two, it can be a mistake. Stay mindful of not ever fully giving away your spirit. That's all I'm thinking about lately. I do this because there are people who have this tendency of giving more of themselves to work than what's required as like a baseline, and for those who make these invisible sacrifices just to make things work for their families, and for those who, that we do it because it feels like we have no option but to show up and appear as essential and indispensable as possible. Let us just remember that the Almighty Lord Himself, Jesus Christ, will never send you a layoff notification. One day, far in the future, I bet our kids won't even remember these designs or these software programming languages or these digital products. They for sure won't have any fond memories of our deadlines or meetings that dictate our schedules today, but they will remember whether we were present or not. They will remember whether we were peaceful or not, or whether you come home fulfilled or feeling empty. So as we head into this next month, I am praying for the discernment to let work stay in its rightful place and to protect our spirit, your spirit, as the gift that it really is, because this faith journey doesn't clock out, and your heart doesn't beat for a bonus, and the spirit isn't looking for a promotion, and you don't want to go through this life having succeeded at work but failing at becoming who you are supposed to be. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for just tuning in and checking out this little reflection. My blessings, prayers, and thoughts are with each and every one of you, that you discover that peace that is in your spirit. All right, so take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and God bless, and I'll catch you in the next one. Easy.